because a lot of fast executes happen on this map from the attacking side, as well as at Silva to kind of get that info because people are just hunkered down in tight corners, tough stuff to break. So you kind of need that extra info.
Well, like you said, looks like Assaulto already hovering over the Sova key pick from yesterday.
Yeah, and I really think that's why I like their choice to go with this map because, Assaulto being the Sova main he is, it is important that he gets the maps that might fit his character a little more and give them a slight edge just based on composition.
Yeah, looks like Ben here opting for the Reyna once again. He did show up quite well yesterday with the Reyna, putting in those kills for his teams at the crucial moments. Oh, and it looks like Takisoba also going for the Jet this time around again.
So yeah, the double duel is coming in for A minor, and it looks like Keen is gonna hover on the Viper, but they already have a smoke, so that's quite interesting. And you can see from them as well, they do have the Cypher for maybe a more defensive lockdown, even though they are starting on the attacking side, but they are rocking the double duelist as well with the Jet and Reyna.
What do you think about this Cypher pick on the side of DB as opposed to A minor here? We don't get that reconnaissance from the Roma.
So I really think that Silva is good for the attacking side, so you'd want to see that from the attacking side, but I think, all in all, they're just trying to get a couple rounds, maybe 4 or 5 rounds on the attacking side, and they want to go into a strong defense with that Cypher.
Understood. Well, here we are in the first game of the day.
Ooh, starting off with those crispy camera angles moving around. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, getting a lot of perfect views here. Look at the scenery of this map, mate.
Just beautiful craftsmanship. It only took them a year to make one map.
Perfect. You are right. We did not see this one from last year's tourney, so it's quite exciting we get to see a change up here.
Well said, mate. And it looks like the attacking side is going to start towards the A site for the pistol round. And honestly, that's a good pick. That's probably the site most teams like to favor on the attacking side. And the setup reflects that a bit from the defending side as they're cheating over towards A quickly and first contact coming in.
Yeah, we got the 2 smokes, as you'd said before. Looks like Jet going straight in, checking all the corners. Unfortunately, gets checked out of this round. Sova hiding out in the back of the smoke, getting his arrows out.
Spike planted.
And they get the bomb down here, and 4 people postured outside that screen area, and that's going to be a tough retake for them, but it just looks like a straight-up gunfight here. Guns are blazing from both sides, people falling down. It looks like Takisoba picks up his 3rd kill in this round already, and it's up to Kin with the lineups to stall with them in a 1v4. This is looking like a tough call for him. He's going to not land the shots, and Takisoba's great start from him, 4 kills.
You said it. Absolutely incredible round by A minor. I did see a little bit of hesitation from the rest of the team when Assaulto was out there checking the smokes, checking those corners. Luckily, Takisoba was able to pick up a kill through the smoke. I'm not too sure what he did. Maybe he was flying around. I wish I could fly.
You couldn't have said it any better, mate. When pigs fly, that's a good day, and that's me and you.
That's right, and that's why we're back here on the second day. Glad to be back, of course.
I know, and it's just a beautiful day here in Hawaii, visiting from our homeland, Australia, just partially cloudy, and I'm going to have to stop myself right there because it looks like DB is going to go for another A hit here, pressuring quite quickly and working up that maze, Jeff.
Looks like A minor has opted to not do an econ buy here. And oh my god, DB already on site. Nobody from A minor has been here to really offer some pressure to push them off. Assault's coming in with the buy, actually, taking out a couple. Looks like Boom picking up 2 of his own and 3. What is going on? Looks like they bought themselves and bought them out of the hole.
Right, it looks like Assaulto was one of the only people to pick up a Spectre, unless he picked that up from a DB body here. We can see the money now. Yes, it indeed, Assaulto bought there. His team decided to save, and now the economy's kind of messed up here, and good on DB, not being scared after losing that pistol round, going gung-ho, getting all the guns they could get, and equalizing it. And it turns out they had the economic advantage when they had less money.
That is incredible. I've never seen this amount of money in my life, to be honest.
You and me both, bang.
Yeah, that's why we're stuck here in Hawaii, mate.
Which is a beautiful island, you know, where you can live anywhere.
Especially under the bridge.
Yeah, get the shade, man.
Or the closet, mate.
Oh, alright, speaking of closets, it looked like the dog's gonna shift into this tight area right here, and they're just gonna get a free plant yet again, and it's the 5v5 retake. The Spectres against, I didn't quite see what A-Mana bought this round, but we can look here. It looks like they're on pistols mostly, and they're just looking around trying to get a couple kills.
I think it's a good option to go for A site once again. You know, if they still have those Spectres and making use of those econ buys to really take advantage of the low econ of A minor in this, you know, smaller corners area. Looks like we got a 1v1 though. The buy from Cypher not really helping him out, as Assaulto taking him out with just a pistol.
Yeah, and they got that bomb on half, stalling enough, so he does actually have enough time to defuse that in the end, and that's a beautiful round. This game has already been started and going back and forth between the two.
Yeah, and you know, coming into this fourth round here, do you think DB might try and switch it up for a B site?
That's actually probably good insight, but as you can see, the money is pretty broken here, as only one person can fully purchase, and it looks like they're gonna go for a save round, keeping just enough money to buy for the next round. And it looks like they're gonna set up for more of a slow round here. They hit A 3 rounds in a row, and they did not actually get the rounds they needed there, you know, losing that affair 2-1.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. Looks like they are doing a little spread across the map. Looks like they're edging towards B though. Let's see what they're about to do with only pistols.
You were spot on with that call there. They're gonna work towards the B, try to switch it up, but it looks like Ben's just ready, decided not to take that fight after the first kill, stalling as much time for his teammates here with the double vanish here, and he's just fighting back and forth. Somehow he's still alive, even with Kin on the other side of yellow, and he just goes down. And just when I thought A minor were winning the fight, it's a 2v2, and just like that, Takisoba gets another pick.
Man, Ben really could have popped off there. He used the Reyna passive really well there, ducking in and out of cover. Kind of like myself when I'm trying to run away from the society. And
Mate.
Unfortunately wasn't able to pick up the fourth kill. You know, I think he panicked a little bit. Didn't expect the two players to be right on the other side of that Connex box, and
30 seconds left.
Was taken down prematurely, unfortunately, and looks like we got a 1v2 on our hands in favor of A minor here.
Thurston kind of just taking his time, seeing if someone will get a little aggressive, maybe give him a 1v1, but A minor just playing perfect to a T right now, having the discipline to wait for him to make the move because they have sight of the bomb.
Yeah, perfectly said. I mean, you really don't need to do much at that point. Just wait it out, play your advantages there, and works out beautifully for A minor.
Beautiful indeed. Just like the scoreline for A minor here, 3-1. Starting to claw away with this, and if they secure this round with only losing 3 to 4 or only losing 1 or 2 members, they can start to build that economy to really build up that defense side.
Looks like we got another attack on B side this time with actually full out weapons. Ben getting dropped instantly by Dogs FNT. And they got full control of the site. A minor a little slow on the rotations here, but they can't really do much as they postured themselves throughout the map.
Yeah, Assaulto a little late on that ultimate. He was trying to stall the bomb plant so they could get in better positions there, but it just off the mark a bit, and now they're in a 4v3, but Burstin answers back to give him just enough to put him in a 3v2, and Dog playing the yellow, losing that overheal now just on 100.
Perfect use of that Omen ulti to get him out of that sticky situation there, really giving the A minor some confusion among the ranks. Then Opar is just playing a little defensive, not going for the defuse, looking to save for this round. Hopefully this works out in the next round, but Burstin really carrying his team in that round.
Yeah, that's great on him, and I know a few things about sticky situations, mate, and I couldn't agree more. And I just like Jiggly Opar's decision. You know, we talked about building that economy on the defensive side, and you know, trying to go in that 2v1 with such limited time is probably not the best move. Why not save a gun, maybe get the next round and start working on that money game again?
Yeah, what do you think A minor should be doing now, seeing as they've fallen a little bit, slowed down with their tempo here?
Right, so it looks like they just got caught off a little with the second B hit, and just as I say that, DB again switching it up, trying to work the fast A, but Takisoba says otherwise. He said hold this bullet to the head, and he's going to fall back. And Assalto also getting a pick here, Jeff, and this is looking just great for A minor.
Yeah, DB guys very aggressive and quick with their advances onto site. However, they haven't checked every location. I think they can get a little.
Yeah.
And what do you know? Defenders won once again here.
Defenders picking up that round, and it's hard to win a round as an attacking side when 3 of your players get picked off from 1 player who started on the site.
Yeah, definitely need a little bit more coordination on the side of DB here when they are trying to go over for this A site. Seems like they're not very successful here, and maybe they might want to try the chances at B once again.
Yeah, B could be a good shot, as they had quite a bit of success, as you said. But looking at the scoreboard real quick, it looks like there's quite a kill discrepancy in the server.
Get out of my way.
Takisoba, the only one to be over 10 kills, and everyone's sitting around 5.
How can they lock down this Jet there? It's such high mobility champion that it's a little hard to get your bullets onto her, as we see the Viper ultimate going down, allowing DB to get on site and get that plant down. Cypher traps have been located around the site as well to be hidden within the Viper ultimate here. Takisoba trying to find his luck there, and he finds Dog, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, Dog was actually scanned from the drone there from Assalto, so he actually could see the trace through the smoke every once in a while. And like you were saying, dealing with that Jet, it's just like that Viper. You either deny vision with a flash or a smoke, and you take that control and give her a more uncomfortable angle for the defense side. And Kin, 2 with the Judge, playing the smoke perfectly, but is it enough? And it seems like, no, DB's going to fluff that one in the end, and A minor taking the round again, and they have 3 rounds to themselves, and this is the biggest score discrepancy in this game so far.
Yeah, man. Like you had said in the pre-game loading screen about the champions we're trying to look for here, Silva really proving to be a useful pick, not only for just the corners, but denying the usefulness of the Viper as well as the Omen smokes.
Yeah, so you said it there, because honestly, Silva, seen as an attacker-centric kind of hero, right? Getting that info so he can push sites, but we're just seeing his utility be used perfectly from Assalto here on the defense side, and honestly showing a lot more value than Cypher right now in the picks.
Yeah, I mean, Silva really giving the team the opportunity to retake the site as a pseudo-attacker here, and looks like Keen running straight through mid, taking out 2.
I know exactly.
Yeah, 2 right then. It looks like DB's trying to really switch it up, breaking that wall in the tunnel, giving away the early position and the plans, and making almost A minor uncomfortable. But just the last 2 people you want in the round, Assalto, and as I say that, Assalto goes down, but it's up to Takisoba. He finds the one, but can he find the other one? It just takes 1 knife to kill the Viper. He has 5, but Viper, knowing that that is a tough fight, he decides to take it at A and maybe get him into a post-plants with the mollies.
No, that's a perfect strategy here. Use the map to their advantage here. Looks like already preemptively laying down the poison so they can just move away from the bomb site. Looks like they'll be using the smoke to, conceal the location, move around the map, use those smokes. Looks like it's already been spotted out. Keen, you don't want to pick your battle here, and it looks like Takisoba spraying through the smoke takes him out for the 3K of this round.
Beautiful stuff from Takisoba, and honestly a little questionable by Kin there, playing a little too much with the movement in this game, and this is not Counter-Strike. You can't just skate around the floor and dodge all the bullets. It's a little tougher in this game called Valorant.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the plan was there, seeing as they'd already put down the poison on the site. You don't need to go and engage the enemy there and just wait for the Jet to go and defuse their bomb.
Yeah, I was really liking his play, but when it hit towards the end, he kind of messed it up. Like, once you get that Heaven Stairs control and you realize he's not coming up here early, you have a good chance to just hide there and play your mollies.
Yeah, perfectly said. Let's see what they plan on doing this round. Is Dattebayo looking to play this round a little bit slower. Unfortunately, Jet going in by himself and gets taken out instantly by the Oppa.
And Takisoba just wants it, pulling out the op very early on the defensive side. And as I say that, Takisoba gets another along with Goon and Chun and Assaulto getting a shock dart kill actually, but Cypher answering back, and I believe that Shiny does get taken down by Ben's flank in the end. And with this, A-Minor has a commanding lead and just keeping all the tempo right now in this half.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard for DB to really do anything with just the champions that they've picked. I mean, I think they need a little bit more team coordination when getting onto site as well as holding site in the meantime.
Yeah, DB might have to throw a couple fakes in here just to get on site and get that plant, but even if we're talking about them getting on site, they've gotten on site and plant 4 times this round, and they won't be able to secure the round. It ended in a defuse.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got another slow round. DB peeking out corners they shouldn't be with.
A little slow on both those parties, I felt like. Dog out there for quite a while, and Jace just had his cross on it here on him for over half a second, I would say.
Ben extremely aggressive here, going in straight through the middle, running out of ammo. Luckily, Assaulto there to back him up, taking out Boo as well.
This is just classic disrespect we're seeing here. The double push up mid, knowing that they're playing a little bit slower and deciding, hey, we want to take the fight even though we are on the defensive side. We know we can win these gun battles because we are better than you.
Man, I try and do that all the time in my own games. Unfortunately, I'm dead before I even pull out my Marshall.
Unfortunate, when you're pushing with the Marshall, you really only have one shot.
I'm trying copying these other Marshall players that I see, and it looks like they're using the Marshall as an automatic weapon. I tried it myself, but it hasn't worked out to any degree.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty high skill cap on that semi-automatic Marshall. There's like, if you miss the timing on it, the sweet spot, you don't get the click and then you delay your second shot.
Yeah, I think I might need to get a new mouse. It's not me for sure. But as we do say that, it looks like the spike is being planted here by DB. They're on site already on to B. Like I said before, they're really strong on these B takes, but it looks like they can't hold very strongly. But as I say that, it looks like Shine taking out 2 for himself.
Yeah, and DB posturing up to take this post-plant hold here. And what I'd like to say is, like, yeah, they got the bomb down, but at what cost? They lost 2 players instantly off the bomb, and they're doing the best they can, but A-Minor just too tough right now.
Dog, unfortunately, not in a good position to be able to retake the site on his own after running away from the bomb being planted. Not quite sure what the idea was there. Maybe looking for some lurkers onto site. However, the rest of his team was already taken down by the time he was able to turn around.
So honestly, that's a big possibility there, but you know, I know you have a Call of Duty background, the old Looperoo. If his teammates stalled a little longer on the yellow for him and he got around all the way from bottom mid tube, he could have a position where they're not ready for that.
Exactly, yeah, especially as that Reyna, you really do get that mobility as well as that sustain, being able to take down multiple opponents at once.
Correct there, and Takisoba missing his first shot on the Jet with knives, and Boo, he's gonna have to do a lot as they need this 3rd round. A 10-2 half is almost a death sentence in this game.
For sure, I had barely even recognized the score since all of the games yesterday were so close. I'm wondering what's happening in this game. I mean, looking at Ben, he's showing up this tournament.
Yeah, Ben has something to prove here as a minor, I guess. Like, he wants to hang with the big dogs, and he's saying, Takisoba, step aside. I can do this myself too. But just as I said that, Takisoba getting another frag on that pivotal gun right there, the operator. Thoughts on the operator? You think it's a good gun?
One enemy remaining.
Seeing as it's better than the Marshall, I think it's overpowered for sure. But as I said, that Ben getting a 4K, I think the first for this game.
Yeah, the 4K, beautiful, and Just want to say, Takisoba is actually the one who took his kill in the mid there. Probably could have gotten an ace.
What an absolute terrible team captain. Honestly, not really, helping the morale of his team by taking up that
Yeah,
kill.
you got to give those star moves to your players and really amp them up, get them excited about this match.
Yeah, well, I don't think they need to get any more excited. I mean, the scoreline here is 10-2, and they're in a good position to take the rest of this tournament.
And it looks like A Minor really have that big three on their team that a lot of teams have been lacking in this tournament. Takisoba on the top, Assalto with a 13 assist on Sova, not really doing as many kills, but having his impact elsewhere on the map, and then Ben rounding it out on the third frag, but had that 4K at the end on that final round.
Yeah, and like how you said yesterday, you typically want to have your carries on those, duelist champions, but as Assaulter being one of the better players on the team, he opts to go for the Sova and letting, Ben take over one of those duelist champions where he's more comfortable on.
Right, and so instantly, A Minor deciding to hit B for the pistol, and they get an instant plant hit, and even though with the man advantage down, they do have a good chance to hold this retake, but final leg for DB, and they're pushing as hard as they can. They're trying to get those kills, and it's Lift is shiny with only a sliver of health. He does get one, but Jiggly Opa is just finding the trade in the end.
Incredible stuff. Unfortunately, I think the Cypher there wasn't really, activating all those electrons and neurons in his brain to really recognize that Opie was just standing there looking off into the distance, admiring the view like how we are right now.
Right, the view of our caster right by the window, or our observer here right by the window. What a view this is. I can see the islands in the back in the ocean with just this beautiful specimen who's observing. Can we just give a shout out to this man? He is doing a great job with the camera work.
Yeah, his nose hair really coming out, showing through with the blue background of the nice blue sky. Absolutely beautiful here.
And just with like that beautiful blue map that we have in real life, we have Icebox here as Takisoba working towards the B site, leading the team here unafraid, and he already gets the 1D. With the strong goodbye, they're opting again for these pistols. They're tired of losing the second round with Spectres, and Shiny has a lot to say about that. He says, hey, maybe you should buy a Spectre, getting 2 there and bringing this round very close.
Viper getting some tags onto Takisoba. Unfortunately, Takisoba did buy some armor this round and doesn't actually take significant damage. Keen choosing a questionable route to the bomb there, going up the ropes as Takisoba easily able to spot him out.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the money here on who bought that. It looks like Ben who was the one who bought that Phantom in the second round. So they had a couple pistols and a Phantom. Interesting strategy from the side of A Minor. I haven't quite seen that a lot in play.
Yeah, I think, you really want to potentially leverage your main weapons onto those carries in these questionable, should we econ or should we, not? And maybe it actually works out for them in the better there, as the Reyna having that ability to duel all these champions at once, leaving his other players to bait it out with those pistols might be a good strategy.
No, that is exactly what I was thinking there. Is a pretty good strategy in theory, work around your one gun and protect them and take those duels against those other pistols with your pistols.
Perfectly said, pistols.
Okay. Can I just say, those are some interesting Cypher traps on the A side. It's too bad we probably won't get to see much of this half, as it's already match point, and Ben doing this weird spray jump right there and still managed to get the headshot on Boo.
After seeing that, I might have to recruit him to the Saw clan myself.
A little trick shot there, and Kin's gonna find the trade here, and we find A Minor in a man disadvantage.
Looks like DB not actually on A side, and they walk in for some reason after already knowing that Assault was on site. Looks like 2 of them, 3 of them just walked straight in and died, and
just like that.
Attackers win.
Might have to go home early today, mate, as our first big blowout here, 13-2. A Minor just destroying Dattebayo, and just like that, they are headed to the finals.
Wow, congratulations to A Minor, really putting in the work there, and beautifully crafted team composition. You get the 1 smoke, 2 duelists, and you got your recon as well as that healer.
Perfectly said. Yeah. And honestly,